Would you please welcome the one and only Bear Grylls? Bear, it's great to have you on the show. I want to talk about your book, but I can't... Where the hell are you? Like, it's just an interview, mate. You don't need to be in a bunker somewhere trying to survive.
Top secret. No, I'm actually at home for 2 days, which is nice, and I leave tomorrow filming. So back home, I'm in my kit room. Behind this is chaos of just so many sort of bags and backpacks and clothes. So we just kind of pull this down, make it nice.
I love that you're...
Do the interview.
Sorry, I love that even your house looks like it's trying to kill you. It's amazing. We should talk about this book because it's all about mental resilience. But it's not a typical approach to a book. It's designed to be read in a quite unique way. Can you tell us about the concept?
Yeah, it's just super simple. It's called Mind Fuel. It's 365 simple things that can help you get on the front foot and deal with, for all stuff mental health. And I think there's more anxiety around nowadays than ever before for people of all ages. And, life is a battleground. And I hear this so much from people left, right and centre. And it's just simple things that I've used in my life that have helped me, and I think having good mental resilience is just like, it's part of our equipment to deal with life, isn't it? Like being physically fit and so it's just things that have helped me to be, as I say, on the front foot. So when the storms of life come, we're ready.
But is mental resilience something that you've always had, Bear, or is it something you had to work at and discover?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure I do have it. I'm always nervous of sort of people saying, "Have you always been strong?" Am I strong? I think, I have lots of ups and downs with things. I think what I do know is that mental resilience is a muscle, though, and it's like, like with our physical fitness. If we train it, it gets stronger. When we go through struggles and doubts and failures, we build that resilience. And I think sort of so many of us, so many people in life spend time avoiding the failures, avoiding the struggles, avoiding the storms. But, as I've learned of lifetime in the wild, it's the storms actually of life that make us strong. And, we get strong by going through them. And so, yeah, mental resilience is something we all build. We build it in the little things every day. And mine is definitely, like everybody, it's a work in progress. Life is a battleground. We're in it together.
I've seen a lot of your stuff, and the question I've always wanted to ask you is how you manage to avoid panic. These are stressful situations. How do you not panic?
I think the reason for not panicking is the alternative. I've just learned in the heat of the moment, panic makes everything worse. It clouds your vision, it messes with your decision making. It's over-adrenalized is very common in people when they're really scared, but I think it's this thing of the more we put ourselves in the difficult, scary situations, the more we get used to being able to deal with those, and that we then don't get over-adrenalized. We just have enough to give us an edge, but not to get into that state of blind panic. But I definitely have moments, I think sometimes the TV shows always make everything out to be perfect, and the reality is there's an awful lot of stumbles, trips, oohs, ahs, falls, mistakes, errors, doubts, struggles, just like in life. So yeah, that is the reality. But I've also learned how to deal with those things, and moving forward is important. Doing it with great friends, is important. The storms of life, the storms of the jungle, and not be scared to fail a little bit, and then get back up, smile on your face, keep going, and know that it's making you stronger.
But things must scare you. When do you remember being the most scared?
Most days. I mean, that's part of it. Really is. I mean, I'm definitely not fearless. What is courage in all of our lives? It's facing difficult stuff, trying to do it honestly, trying to do it positively, trying to move that way, not that way, not running from the scary stuff. But I still find many things scary. I mean, even the sort of physical side of things, after I broke my back in that freefall accident whilst I was in the military, for me to jump again afterwards was raw terror. But as you know, if you know the shows, it's part of my life. It's an everyday decision. Embrace the difficult. I was jumping last week. I'm jumping next week. It's, so I've definitely learned, don't run from the scary stuff. Do it. But also I find regular stuff scary. To be honest, I'm really bad in big groups of people. I get quite anxious, but it's okay. You know, welcome to life. Everyone finds different things difficult. Keep moving that way and do the difficult.
Well, Bear, you talk about this being, you know, your everyday life, but for celebrities who you have invited onto your show, Running Wild with Bear Grylls, it's definitely not their everyday life. We saw Barack Obama, Julia Roberts, Shaq, this calibre of celebrity. Has anyone surprised you with their resilience along the way?
Almost every time. You know, the great privilege of that show is I'm taking rookies into the wild, people who've never done anything like this before, and you get to know the real person. And I think on Running Wild, I've learned not to judge a book by their cover. Just because somebody's huge and big and male and muscly doesn't necessarily mean, you know, brilliantly resilient. And likewise, when you take we took Natalie Portman recently, tiny little girl, and sort of, you know, but like strong as nails, you know, hard as nails, determined, positive, clear visioned, and that's great, you know. So I think adventure's a state of mind. It's in here, and it starts with resilience, and we build resilience together, and by going through those storms. So, have they surprised me? Yeah, they always surprise me, mainly with how actually, you know, somebody said to me, so what's the common factor with all of these people? And for me, it's a willingness. I see a willingness to step out of their comfort zone. You know, all of these stars, they don't need the fame or the money. They're there because they want something that the wild can give them, that you've got to earn through a bit of blood, sweat, and grit. And that takes a bit of courage to trust people with your life, with your brand, with your work, with your time. And I think that willingness to do the uncomfortable sometimes, be out of the comfort zone, or comfort, as I call it, somewhere you've got to get out of.
Yes, very well put. Bear's book, Mindful, is available now wherever you get good books. Bear, it's been a pleasure for all of us, but especially Jessie. Thank you so much for joining us.